I'm just gonna say that honestly, Brendan Urie is my Casbreaker. Like, fight me. Hi guys, today I have a new tag or challenge video for you. I'm provisionally calling this tag the Bookish Crush tag, but I might change it because it's a bit boring. I might come up with a better name, but for now I'm calling it the Bookish Crush tag. And basically the idea of this video is just to talk about Bookish Crushes. We talk about this a lot on book Twitter, but there's not a lot of talk about it in this sense on Booktube, so why not make a tag about it? So I have left the questions in the description box, so if you'd like to try out this tag for yourself, please do, and make sure you leave the link in the description box so I can watch it, because I'd love to see other people doing this tag and talking about the characters that they love dearly. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first question is, young love, who was your first bookish crush? And I'm trying to think back to the books that I read early on in my reading life in terms of young adult books, because other than that I read when I was a lot younger, and I didn't really start reading properly in this kind of way until I was in my teens, or like late teens. So I'd say that the first book that I really read where I felt like I really liked the characters and I had a crush on one of them was The Cruel Prince. And I know a lot of people have crushes on Cardan, and I think the thing is, with fantasy, it's quite cool to have these characters that are morally questionable. You know, they do things that in real life you would definitely frown upon, but they're fictional characters, so it's not so bad to still like them. And Cardan is definitely one of those characters for me. And yeah, this was definitely probably the first like bookish crush I can remember having. Yeah. So the second question is, true love, who is your current book crush? So my current book crush is probably the same one that is one of my all-time book crushes, and it's Kaz. Again, morally questionable. Probably, you know, he's... How do you even explain Kaz? Kaz is just one of those characters that I think everyone knows of, even if you haven't read the books, even if you don't really enjoy the books. You know Kaz. He's very memorable and you can't really forget Kaz, and yeah, Kaz is my current book crush and I can't see that changing for quite a long time. So question number 3 is, who is your most recent book crush? And I'm trying to think of books that I have read recently. Okay, so I was trying to think of a book I've read recently that isn't a reread or the second or third or whatever book in a series, and there is one that I nearly forgot about, and it is Kit from The Power of the Orange Tree. To be honest, all of the characters in this book are completely crush-worthy, so it was hard to pick just one character from this book, but I'm going to go with Kit because I just think he's hilarious, and he's also one of those characters that I feel like you can enjoy on a lot of different levels. Like Eid and Sabran, like pretty much everybody in this book is crush-worthy, so just all of these characters pretty much could answer this one. So question number 4 is, star-crossed lovers, who is your OTP? And I have lots. Honestly, I don't think I have just one, but I have to go with the obvious, and the one that honestly I think is my OTP, and that is Jon and Ygritte from Game of Thrones. And I just can't. My love for Jon and Ygritte is just immeasurable. I love them. I think they are incredible on their own. They're incredible together. They're hilarious. And that's the ending I wanted. There had to... no, that's the ending I wanted, and I would never have got, but I wanted it anyway. And Jon and Ygritte for the win. So question number 6 is playing games, and for this one you have to ask your followers or your subscribers to give you 3 character names and then play Snog, Marry, Kill. So I literally posted the question about 2 minutes ago and decided to film this, so I actually went onto Pinterest and searched YA book characters and picked the first 3 that came up from books I've already read. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I got Ren from A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I also got Cardan from The Cruel Prince, and Kaz from Six of Crows. So this one is extremely hard because all of these characters have similar traits that I feel like if you've read all of these books you will understand what I'm saying, but this is hard. Really tricky. I'm gonna say that I would kiss Cardan. I'd kill Ren because I feel like he's already been through so much, right? Like, he's many hundreds of years of torture, and maybe, I don't even know how I'm justifying that. No, but I wouldn't want to marry Kaz. No, okay, I would I would kiss Kaz. But then who would I marry? I don't know if I want to marry. Okay, scrap that. I would kiss Kaz, kill Cardan, and marry Ren. Because I'd then be royalty. But then I guess if I kiss... Okay, I'm leaving it at that because it's getting too complicated. But, yeah. I couldn't kill Kaz. And I couldn't marry Kaz either, so I'd have to kiss him. The other two, like Cardan and Ren, are both kind of like equal in my mind at the minute, so they're interchangeable in this situation, I think, but the edge is tipping towards marrying Ren for the royalty purposes. But honestly, I could marry Cardan instead. Either of the... I don't know. This is too difficult. It's my own tag and I can't even answer the question properly, but it's too hard. So question number 7 is goals. And the idea of this question is to name a book with a positive or good relationship in it. And I understand that straight off the bat people are going to disagree on what makes a good relationship, but the purpose of this is to highlight the fact that there are books with positive relationships in them, because there are a lot of books with, you know, very problematic relationships in them, and we need to highlight books that are not that way. I'm actually going to go for Percy Jackson because this is I never said that this had to be like relationship and like romance, steamy no. Percy and Annabeth are so pure and they are meant to be together, and I think anyone who read this book when they were younger or reread it recently, or like me, read it as an adult and really enjoyed it, there is something so just brilliant about their characters and the way that they form a team and the way that they get on together. And honestly, Percy and Annabeth are like, they're just meant to be, okay? They're just meant to be. Because that's the other thing, there's a lot of steamy romance in YA at the minute, and it's always been there, but there's a lot of books that I've read that have come out recently, the romance has been on the steamier side, and it doesn't have to be, you know? Like, romance is just, it can be on all levels, and we need to kind of promote books that are both steamy, because people like steamy romance, that's fine, but not everyone does, and there's romance that isn't on the steamy side, so I think that we need to kind of balance that out a bit. Number 8 is Swooning, and it is name a book with a character in it that is swoon-worthy, and I'm going for Jon Snow, because if you didn't go for Jon Snow, then what were you thinking? I fell for Jon Snow as soon as I read this book, like, as soon as. Honestly, Jon Snow is just such an amazing character, like, I can't really fault him, honestly. So number 9 is Not My Cup of Tea, and for this one you can either name a character that you have a crush on that nobody else seems to have a crush on, or that you don't have a crush on that everyone else does have a crush on, if that makes sense. So for this one I'm going with Dandelion from the Witcher books, and I'm just going to put out there that this is pretty much because of the show, you know? That's why. But if you read the books after you watch the show, your whole experience will completely change, because I cannot see Dandelion any other way than seeing him as Jaskier. That's just how I see him now. It is just Joey Beatty, so that is just, yeah. Nobody else seems to be that, that's the thing, nobody's obsessed with Jaskier. Like, Geralt, rightly so, is beautiful and takes all of the credit and attention, but where are my Dandelion fans? Like, Jaskier is gorgeous. So number 10 is basically just to tag some bookish friends that you would like to see do this video, and I'm going to tag Monica from Mooney Reads, anyone that wants to do this, okay? But I really want to see Monica do this especially, and obviously if you are not someone who has crushes, if you're somebody that is not into the romance and everything, you can definitely do this tag, but change it up and do it with characters that you like in other ways, because I'm aware that not everybody is here for the romance aspect in books and they don't enjoy that aspect of a book. So definitely you can do this on a friendship level, on a characters you'd like to be friends with instead of characters you have a crush on, because that would be just as entertaining, honestly, and you can do either. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments again if you do recreate this video and answer the questions, because I would really like to see what everybody else is saying. And yeah, this is just a topic that I find very entertaining. Like, it's something that we talk about a lot on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, and I thought it would be cool to make a video about it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see future videos from me, and I'll see you guys soon.